Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel, Moss Crossings. I'm Moss, and I didn't film an intro for this video. We're just hopping right into it because I'm doing a lot of work in this video. I am going to be working on the rock garden, and I'm also going to be reworking the orchard, so you'll see that in a little bit. This is just kind of a hybrid like let's play speed build video. You can see me like doing my fossils and donating some bugs and stuff like that, just daily tasks, and then also there's a couple areas on the island that I'm going to be doing some work on. Here I'm just visiting my best friend Wardell so I can get a tub for one of my beach builds. I don't know why this thing is so expensive, but yeah, that's another thing that I'm doing in this video is preparing some items and stuff for beach builds. My next video is going to be a similar video where I'm just working on a bunch of different builds on my beaches. So here you can see kind of a sneak peek of one of my beach builds. It's going to be like a pastel carnival type of thing. Here I'm just grabbing some of my street lamps and I'm customizing them with Cyrus to make them a little bit more spring-like or summer-like and a little more colorful, because I've had them as the brown customization with that more dark green kind of flag on them since I built this entrance initially, which was in the fall, and it was a very like autumnal build. So I just decided to replace a couple things in my main area / entrance of the island to make it a little bit more suitable to the spring and summer time. I'm also going to replace a few of my holly bushes with hydrangeas later in this video. I think I want to save my dream address in the time when the hydrangeas are blooming because they're my favorite shrub and I really like the blue and purpley pink colors of them. Here's some more bug donations. I want to do a video where I just like run around catching bugs and fish and try to like fill out my museum catalog a little bit more because I've been really neglecting that, and I had the goal of completing my whole museum on this island. Here I'm just showing you how I reworked the area outside my house a little bit and also the farm. So I have a little dresser and crafting table outside my house for convenience. And then, yeah, I just did a little bit of rearranging on the farm. Yeah, here I'm doing what I was saying before and just replacing some of the holly bushes with something more spring and summer-like. This is a build that I kind of started outside of Ivy's house, where it's going to be like a fancy beach area, but I don't know if I'm going to continue with that or like replace it with something else. But also, I finished decorating this little area with my peninsula and everything, so I'm just showing you that. Here I sped this up a little bit. It's kind of a mini speed build within the video. I kind of wanted to add another tier of cliffs here because I thought that it might help to have like a lookout area where you can actually see the sunken waterfall that I put behind the orchard, because the way that it was kind of hard to see with the trees where they were. So I thought maybe if you could get up to another level of cliffs, it might be more visible. That ended up not really working out, and I just did something kind of different. So I'm just going to show like my process here, I guess. I wasn't planning on doing this. I kind of just wanted to see if I could add another level here, but I ended up basically reworking the entire orchard and kind of like flattening this whole area a little bit and then just redoing it. Yeah, I had this incline in my bag because I was trying to put it like going from my house / farm area down to the beach, but there just wasn't any room anywhere without majorly reworking things. So I just had this incline kit in my bag and I want to do something with it, but there also wasn't any room here. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use that or not at any point. We'll see. My main goal with reworking this orchard was for you to actually be able to see the sunken waterfall when standing in the orchard or like at the edge of the orchard. So I basically just changed the placement of the trees and kind of pushed them forward a little bit so that they aren't obscuring the view if you're standing in the back of the orchard and you can see the view there, which is nice. That's something that I feel like I'm not really great at. Like, it's not a strong suit of mine, is like creating views and like good places for you to actually see those views. I definitely want to work on that a little bit more. I really don't have a concrete plan for what I'm going to do next, which is weird because I feel like the past islands that I've finished, by the time I finished them, I was super ready to restart and I had a really concrete idea for the next island I wanted to do and I was just very ready for it. But I am getting so close to finishing Fair Falls and I don't really know if I want to keep this island or like just restart, or if I want to maybe, I was thinking about using the Switch that me and Ivy share, which is her Switch, but we both play games on it and stuff. But we don't really play Animal Crossing on that Switch anymore. Like, Ivy doesn't really play anymore, and I don't ever go into that game anymore. She basically said that like it would be fine with her if I deleted our island on there and just started a new island for YouTube. So I might be able to start a new island without deleting Fair Falls, which would be really cool. But again, I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to just keep chilling on this island for a bit. I definitely want to have this island for a while longer, and I want to redecorate it for fall when fall comes around, because this was initially supposed to be a fall island basically, or like I wanted it to be like a complete autumnal island. I think it'll be a lot easier to just like redecorate what's already here after I finish it, and just redecorate it seasonally, which I think would also be really fun. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I definitely do have a specific idea for an island that I want to make for like a new theme, and I'm not gonna say anything about it yet, but it is a more high concept, I guess you would say, kind of idea, like not just a theme but like a premise almost, kind of like, I guess Fair Falls is also like that kind of, but I just need to figure out what I'm doing because Fair Falls is almost done and I don't know what I'm doing next. I mentioned this in previous videos, but I'm definitely leaning more towards playing new games on this channel besides Animal Crossing. I mean, I'm not going to stop playing Animal Crossing, but like I'm thinking about buying Spiritfarer and just playing that like entirely on the channel and just sharing that whole experience, because I've been interested in that game for a while and I had some people in comments recommend it also, so I think that would be a good one to play. But there's also so many exciting new games coming for the Switch like this year or in the near future that I'm really interested in. Definitely lots of potential for new content that's not just Animal Crossing. Yeah, essentially what I've done in this build is just push the trees forward a bit so you can stand in the back here and see the sunken waterfall, and also just kind of cleaned it up a little bit and made it a little more organized and less chaotic. I don't remember if this was in the video or not, but I eventually replaced that wedding bench with a Moroccan sofa in the green version, and I think it looks a little bit better actually. I think also if I had just changed the wedding bench to be the light brown or the dark brown customization, that would have also looked a little bit better than this. I think I took that wedding bench and used it for a different build, and that's why I replaced it. But yeah, here's some final little shots of how the orchard turned out after I redesigned it. And I'm doing a little dance. You can see in the background I have a campsite visitor, so I think I'm gonna check that in just a moment. Why did I just record this really long clip of me dancing? I don't know. It's a new day here. I'm digging up more fossils, and I'm about to work on the rock garden. This is kind of an interesting video. I feel like I did a bunch of different stuff over a bunch of different days and just recorded all of it, and like now I'm just doing a voiceover for all of it, so it's not really a let's play, but it's also not really a speed build. I'm kind of enjoying that. I think this is a interesting kind of video to do. I don't know. Let me know if y'all like this kind of format of video where I'm just doing a bunch of chaotic different stuff and just voicing over it, and like why is this footage not sped up? Wait. Here's where I started working on the rock garden, so I'm going to speed this footage up for a minute. I don't really know what my goal is with this rock garden, and I don't totally love how it turned out, but I think I'm just going to accept it because I don't know. I decided to make it a functional rock garden so you can hit all of the rocks and like there's full space around all of them. So it turned out a little bit underwhelming just because I couldn't put items like directly around the rocks, but I kind of think it's fine. I'm not too worried about this like one tiny specific space on my island looking perfect. I took a quick break here to go get my fossils assessed, and I also had a painting to donate, and I bought it without looking up whether it was real or not, and fortunately it turned out to be real, so that's great for me. Obviously I went to go sell my fossils here, and then I guess I just completely forgot about what I was doing and that I was working on the rock garden and just went and did other things, because here I'm customizing my house, which I haven't done in a really, really long time. It's like looked the same for a long time, and I took a really long time trying to figure out what to do with my house here because I want it to have like a farmhouse kind of feel to it. And I was also thinking, like, should it be really vibrant and colorful to match the rest of the island and the more colorful aesthetic that I've built here, or what? And this is what I kind of ended up with, is this pink and brown kind of vibe. Tom Nook said it was interesting, so that's great. I finally remembered that I was working on the rock garden, so I'm going and doing that again. And I think I'll just let this footage roll for a little bit. All right, this video was really fun to film and edit and voiceover, but it's so chaotic, and I have been like taking footage and like splicing it into other places to make it make more sense. So here's some shots of the rock garden a few days later after the bushes had grown and everything. I have no strong feelings about it one way or the other. I'm just happy for it to be done. So before I wrap this video up, I just ended up doing a little bit more working on random areas here and there. I've been struggling a little bit with my resident services area because I've put these walls and towers around it with like the castle wall, castle tower, and the medieval building side kind of mixed all together. And I don't know if it looks good. I really don't. I sometimes think it looks really cool, and sometimes I think it looks really dumb. I had a wind turbine in my inventory, and I don't know why, so I just put it outside of the shop, and that's fine. I don't really know what I was doing here. I feel like I've just been devolving into putting random items in random places. Oh, here's what I was talking about. I did put this in the video. I'm putting the Moroccan sofa where that wedding bench used to be. I was debating what to put in this little stall, and I don't know why this is what I chose. I just did. I feel like this would be a good place if I was still like trading on Nookazon and stuff like that. It would be a cute little place to have like free DIY recipes or something. But like I don't have visitors to my island anymore ever. It's just kind of a little coffee zone. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for y'all today. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this style of video. Fair Falls is almost completely done except for my beaches and the inside of my house, and those will both be videos that'll be coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.